request to invite Avipriyo Adhikari, right? He is a student of class 8 in Don Bosco. So I think everybody knows this. He is the son of Adhikari and grandson of late Professor Mohib Adhikari. So I think he has got that inherent interest as a mathematician. So it's a very proud moment for us to listen to him. His topic is cryptocurrency, which is a very current topic and few important facts. So let's start.
Good afternoon everyone. The title of my talk is Cryptocurrency and Few Interesting Facts. So cryptocurrency in today's world is a very important word. So after so many cryptocurrencies, the one that stands first and the most popular one is Bitcoin. So let's look with an incident. So on May 7th, 2021, Colonial Pipeline, an American company originating from Houston, Texas, which carries gasoline and jet fuel to mainly the southeastern parts of the United States, suffered a ransom cyber attack that impacted the computerized equipment of that company. It was overseen by the FBI and the company had to pay 75 bitcoins of $4.4 million US, equivalent to more than 36 crores in INR. On June 7th, the Department of Justice announced that they had recovered 63.7 bitcoins, approximately $2.2 million US, $2.3 million US from the ransom attack. So why do these criminals prefer Bitcoin? So these criminals prefer Bitcoin, number one, because of its pseudonymity. Bitcoin is pseudonymous, that is, they can make transactions without revealing their private or personal information. Bitcoin is also globally accessible, which reduces the transaction fees, and the transactions can also be made globally. The criminals can move their funds without encountering the same regularity scrutiny they might have to face when they move the funds from financial institutions. Bitcoin is also censorship resistant. That means it cannot be controlled or blocked by a central authority. This feature allows the criminals to move funds across traditional channels without encountering the police. Bitcoin is also very easy to use and accessible only with an internet connection. This feature is also attractive towards the criminals. In the early days, the market of cryptocurrency was not that regulated, so the criminals could operate without much oversight. So now let's come to some real-life applications of Bitcoin. Bitcoin enables peer-to-peer payments at a relatively low cost as compared to the financial systems. Bitcoin can also be used for sending cross-border remittances at a lower cost. Bitcoin can also be used by individuals who want a side hustle, and they can buy and hold Bitcoins and sell them when the value increases. Bitcoin is also used by individuals who are interested in privacy. Bitcoin is pseudonymous. Just as I said, it does not reveal the private information of the user. Bitcoin also facilitates international border by establishing a borderless and censorship-resistant means of payment. Bitcoin can also be used for micropayments. It allows for tiny transactions that might be feasible with the traditional systems. So now let's dive into the history. In ancient times, there was no system of money. So if man A had a horse and man B had a cat, they would exchange them. This system was known as the barter system. Next came the coins. Well, these coins were made up of precious metals like gold and silver. If we take back the previous example, where man A had a horse and man B had a cat. Although man A was willing to exchange his horse, but exchanging it for a cat was not a fair deal. So this is where the barter system failed. So man B, instead of exchanging his cat, would give some silver coins. This is where the concept of money came. Next came the establishment of the banks. From carrying blocks of precious metals, we moved to currencies. These notes were made up of paper or plastic. These were like receipts that said the owner of this note would own $100 in rupees. Next came the digital currencies. Well, from cats, coins, and notes, we moved to simple spreadsheets. The thing that would happen over here is if I wanted to buy something from Amazon, say a pen of rupees 100, the bank would cut rupees 100 from my account and add rupees 100 to the owner's account. Next came the cryptocurrencies. These currencies are 100% virtual. Well, these currencies are a digital currency in which records are maintained and records are verified and in which transactions are verified and records are maintained using a decentralized system using cryptography instead of a centralized authority. Few examples are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Dogecoin, and Litecoin. Well, just as I said, Bitcoin is the most popular cryptocurrency. So why this is so much popular? Well, number one, it is decentralized. This reduces the dependence on banking intermediaries and does the transactions at lower cost and also produces more security. Bitcoin is also globally accessible, which allows for cross-border transactions at a lower cost. This is attractive towards the individuals who do not have the access to the banking infrastructures. Bitcoin has also a limited supply of 21 million coins, which creates scarcity. This is in contrast with the fiat currencies that can be printed in unlimited amount. This feature is attractive towards individuals who are concerned about the potential inflation. Bitcoin is also pseudonymous, which does not reveal the private information of the user. Bitcoin transactions are recorded on a blockchain. These blockchains are a public ledger that are highly secure, and with the use of cryptographic techniques, this ensures the integrity of the transactions. So what is a blockchain? Well, blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger in which that records transactions across many variables. The blockchain is made up of records called blocks. The data in each block cannot be changed without changing the data in the subsequent blocks. So now let's come to the parts of the block. The first part is data. It involves relevant information, say the transaction data. Person X sends 5 bitcoins to person Y. Person X had 20 bitcoins and now he's left with 15 bitcoins. And person Y now has 25 bitcoins. Number 2 is the previous hash. And number 3, hash. The hash is like a unique fingerprint. In India, just we have an Aadhaar card, and in an Aadhaar card we have an Aadhaar number, which is unique for every citizen of India. Each block also has a hash. This hash is unique, and with the slightest of tamperment in the data or previous hash, the hash is going to change. So in a blockchain, each block contains each block contains data, previous hash and hash, and the next block contains data, previous hash of the previous block and the hash, and this process continues. But the first block of the blockchain network is called the Genesis block. So what is hashing? Well, hashing is the use of mathematical formulas to transform a key or a string of characters into a fixed size output. This fixed size output is called the hash or checksum. Hashing is used to verify that no one is tampering with the data or doing any modifications in the data. Well, Bitcoin uses this hash function known as SHA-256 and Ethereum uses ETH-hash. You may have heard about cryptocurrency mining or Bitcoin mining. So Bitcoin mining is basically a process of validating the information on a blockchain block by generating a cryptographic solution that matches a specific criteria. The miner that reaches this solution first is given reward in the form of bitcoins and fees. Well, this is the value of Bitcoin over the years. Bitcoin's all-time highest price was $68,789.63, which is equivalent to 57 lakhs rupees in today's generations. And Bitcoin's all-time lowest price was $0.05 in July 18th, 2010. Thank you, and wishing you all, acknowledging Google, Mr. Who's the Boss, Anna College, and Wikipedia. Thank you, and wishing you all a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thanks, I think he is the junior most speaker in the conference. So let us thank the speaker for the current topics. Thank you for this nice talk.